Welcome to Fire Knot. This is Boy Scout knots number 2 of 3. This is going over the 7 core Boy Scout knots. We're going to do 2 joining knots first and then a loop knot. The next session will cover the 4 hitches. So joining knots are affixing or connecting 2 ropes together. And the first one we're going to do is a square knot. This is what everyone thinks is the easiest knot. It's not the easiest knot, but it's the first one you learn in Scouts. It's the square knot. If you're from England, you call it the Reef knot. So here we take the 2 ropes, about the same size. I'm going to take the right one, I'm going to put it over the left, and then turn that one around on itself. So that's right over left. Then I take what's now the left side, I put that over the right, and I turn that around. Then I pull these 2 ends, the same rope, I pull against itself, pull it in tight, cinch it in, you have the square knot or the reef knot. Now another joining knot for when you use ropes of uneven sizes is called the sheet bend. So this could be a sheet or a thicker rope. So for demonstration purposes, this is a thin rope. But think of a thick rope, you might not be able to do something as elaborate as lots of turns. You can only bend it over on itself. So this is the thick rope. You take the thin rope, you come up through the middle with its working end, go around that side, come across, you feed it through the front here. Okay, you can see how that looks. You just pull it in, snug it in tight, dress the knot, and you pull, and it's holding. Holds nice and tight. Works better when you have a thick rope, but this is the sheet bend. Thick rope and a thin rope. We're going to tie the loop knot. That's one of the 7. It's the bowline, and we're going to throw a loop. And throw a loop, I mean I'm going to twist it. So watch how I twist that loop. I don't push it. Rope doesn't push so well. It might happen to twist that way, but I'm going to twist it. I create the loop and I hold it. And now notice the standing end is behind the front of the loop. So this one that goes up the hill, if you're creating a loop that won't slip that way, goes up the hill. Okay. Then I have the working end. I come up and around the tree. Some people say the bunny comes up out of the hole, around the tree, and back into the hole. Okay, so you're just simply creating that loop. I'm pulling these 3 together. So I'm holding those 3 and this one. I pull it up tight, I dress it, pull it up tight, and now I have a loop that won't slip. I can hook a carabiner to it. I can, if this was bigger, I could stick legs through that and hold on to the top if you're pulling someone up. I might tie a stronger type bowline than this one if I were to depend upon it, but that is a bowline and that should hold with regular loops. Let me just show you one more thing in case you find yourself doing it wrong. Usually people mess up or make a mistake on the first loop. I'm showing you how I turn this loop. I'm doing a right-handed tie. I'm turning it this way and holding it. If you threw it underneath, okay, and you're trying to create the loop coming up here, and then when you go behind the tree, this is not going to hold. It's going to come under. So just make sure when you look at the rope that it makes sense mechanically. I turn it around. Now when I come up out of the hole and around the tree, I'm going to push this rope against the loop, so it's going to maintain adhesion and closure. I pull these 3, dress it, and we have the bowline.